Welcome back to the Beauty Industry Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Kennedy. Whether you're a solo operator or you're managing a team, one thing is certain: clients and cash flow are the fuel that keeps your business running. If you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed by the need to grow your clientele, this episode is for you. I'll be sharing my top performing strategies, mindset shifts, and marketing techniques that will help set you up for long-term success. And if you stick around until the end, I'll be sharing my 7 best strategies for getting new clients. But before we talk about strategies, let's address something that's often overlooked, and that's your mindset. It's not enough to simply want more clients. You have to believe that you can also consistently attract them. To give you a bit of context, when I was first running my beauty salon from home, I really struggled to understand why I couldn't get new clients. I was posting up in Facebook groups. I was posting photos of my work on Instagram. I was putting stories up about my availability. And for some reason, I just wasn't getting any new clients booking in. And what that actually did to me was get me in the mindset of creating all these stories that I wasn't good enough, stories that my work wasn't good enough. I kept telling myself that there was way too much competition, not enough to go around for everyone. Clients didn't want to book in with me or spend money. There's too many options, all of the things. And that actually had a massive impact on the way I started showing up in my business. Because I inherently believed that I couldn't get clients deep down, all of my actions would also align with that belief system. And I see this happen with my clients as well. A lot of them come into the Fully Booked formula, and on the first day, we always talk about mindset and the power of what it can do in your business. It can either make or break you. And as someone who's gone through a lot of highs and lows in business, I can definitely tell you that there's never going to be a time where your mindset is perfect forever. You're always going to have highs and lows. But it's more so about being able to identify those patterns, and when you're kind of getting into that state of entering a low or a negative headspace, and being able to shift that mindset, that thought pattern or behavior. So I'll give you an example of the ripple effect of having a negative mindset and how this impacts the way you show up or the way you implement a strategy. So let's say you're a shop owner with a beautiful boutique. You keep the lights dim and the doors barely open because you genuinely believe that no one's going to come into the shop anyways. You've stocked the shelves with amazing products, but you're standing behind the counter thinking, why bother? People are probably shopping at the bigger stores anyways, and no one's spending money right now. So even if people walk by, they see the dark, uninviting store and they just keep moving. You've essentially created a barrier before anyone even has a chance to step inside. You may have great offerings, but your belief that no one will buy from you is keeping you from truly putting yourself out there and creating an inviting space. Similarly, in your beauty business, if you believe clients aren't spending or the competition is too strong, you'll unintentionally close yourself off to opportunities. Now, this is exactly what happened to me. I was in that headspace. I wasn't feeling positive. I didn't have the belief that I could actually get more clients. So then my marketing wasn't vibrant. You could just feel the energy that when I was putting a post up, I looked desperate. And the lack of confidence was really showing. It wasn't until I actually learned marketing, I worked on my mindset, and I was in that new era of opening up my salon from a commercial space that I was finally in the mindset like, wow, I need to be the person that my clients actually want to come to. I need to believe that I can attract people and they want to spend time with me. I need to believe that the services I offer, the experience I create is going to be game-changing and such a positive impact on their life. To succeed, you need to believe that what you offer is incredible and that clients will come. And when you have that confidence and that belief in yourself, you'll start showing up with that. It will be really obvious and people will be attracted or drawn to it like a magnet. So I want you to ask yourself, are you showing up every day with the belief that you can attract and serve clients in your business? Because if there's any hesitation, I want you to take a moment to shift that mindset. If you've listened in one of my previous episodes, you will have heard me talk about the limiting belief framework. So it's a 6-step framework, and I'll quickly run it through with you right now. So step 1 is to really identify what is the current story, narrative, or belief that you have created. Step 2 is to ask yourself, is it actually true 100% of the time? It's not. Then you want to call it a story. It's just a story. And then ask yourself, what evidence disproves this belief? So what things have happened in the past? Have you ever gotten a client? Has someone referred in? Have you seen other people getting clients recently? All of that evidence will help you realize that the story, the belief, the narrative that you've created isn't actually true 100% of the time. And it is possible for you to get more clients. And when you realize that, the next step is to create the new belief. Something that's going to empower you, inspire you, and put you on the track to achieving your goal. So this could be, I am a client magnet. I can consistently attract new clients into my business. I offer incredible services that clients will absolutely love and value. Whatever it needs to be for you to truly step into it and believe it, create that new belief. And then lastly, instead of just creating that belief and being done with it and never thinking about it again, you need to embody it. So what are you doing to reaffirm it? What are you doing each day that's going to make you feel confident and continue reaffirming that this is your new belief? So once you've moved through that and you've created a new belief, all of a sudden you're going to feel within you that you can and you will bring in more clients. But it all starts with you showing up with the belief that you can. Even in today, all of us, we have our highs and lows. Some weeks we might be really busy, other weeks we might be quieter. But the key is to continue having that belief. And if you're feeling a little bit lost, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling down and out, look back in previous times at things that you've done that have successfully gotten you clients. And what you can do is double down on them. So this is just kind of the pre-frame, the mindset, the energy that you want to be stepping into before you go into a client building phase in your business. So now that we've laid the foundation, let's talk strategy. So when you complete your beauty training, whether it's a short course, certificate, diploma, or you do an apprenticeship, you're often taught how to provide a service, but not how to grow your clientele. And let's be real, you can't grow a business without clients. Clients bring in cash flow, and cash flow is king in this industry. One of the biggest marketing tactics that I see that's used to bait people in our industry are the typical claims of like, be your own boss, work your own hours, and make 6 figures a year. And while that is possible, what's not disclosed is how long it can take to get to that stage. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have had beautiful conversations with some of my clients about managing their expectations of how quickly they should be getting fully booked or making 6 figures or whatever it may be. Sometimes it's easy to create these really high expectations, but without actually understanding what those knowledge gaps are or what the key skills are that you need to learn to reach that goal, it can be really unrealistic for you to be able to achieve that. So what I mean by this is, providing a beauty service and running a business, they are two very separate skills. So when you go take this course, you are understanding different knowledge, different skills, techniques, and things to just provide that service. And then in order to get clients for that service, you actually need to understand some other skills. For example, your branding, because that's going to obviously have an impact on the type of people that align with you and come into your business, your marketing. So how is your messaging being received by your target market, or how are you conveying your key message, your unique selling point, and all of those things with the people that you want to attract? And how are you selling to them? So how are you taking them from, follower to client in your business? And I can tell you right now, if you've only taken beauty courses, upskilling, training, and you're jumping from course to course or trying to offer more services in your business, the reason why you may be struggling to get new clients is because despite learning all of these incredible skills in beauty, you actually need to learn the skills of business. So I say this with so much love and respect to everyone out there. But if you don't want the responsibility of learning how to run a business, so like I mentioned, things like marketing, sales, financial management, leadership, hiring, systems, processes, all of those things, if you don't want to do that, then don't own a business. Just work for someone else. It will be way less stressful, and at least you'll be able to go to work knowing that you're getting paid. But I know that if you're listening to this right now, that's not you. You've shown up because you're ready to learn. And although it's not an easy journey, it is incredibly rewarding once you've got it figured out. Because once you've got your strategy or your system in place, you know that if you show up and do that one thing, you're going to get new clients and you're going to get paid. So that's the key about learning how to get new clients in your business. Once you've got that strategy refined and down-packed, whether that's Facebook ads, whether that's just the amount of time or things, whatever it is, you know that if you put more into that, it's going to create a greater output for you. So many beauty business owners, they will get caught up in busy work, thinking that it will attract clients. You know what I mean? Ordering new stock, posting discounts, sending "we miss you" texts to the whole client base, printing out brochures to do letterbox drops, and recreating TikTok trends. Now, while these tasks have their place, they won't directly bring clients to your door. And here's the thing, doing more busy work doesn't equal more clients. If you stick around until the end of the episode, I'll be sharing my 7 top performing strategies for getting new clients that are more effective than any of these activities. But before diving into those strategies, there are a few foundational things that you need to know about your business. So before you go into the mindset of I want more clients in my business, first of all, we need to understand who you are, who you're trying to attract, what it is you're offering, and how you're going to go about that, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you an example when it comes to getting new clients in your business. It's pretty much the same as dating. You don't walk into a bar, go up to a stranger, ask them to marry you and how many kids they want to have and all of those things. In the same sense that the person you had a one-night stand with probably isn't the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Now, the people that we have in our lives, usually we go through a series of steps of building trust, rapport, understanding who we are, what's aligned, do we really like each other before we kind of solidify that relationship. And I think what happens in beauty is we try to jump the gun too soon. We're trying to jump the gun to get them booked in because, I need some more money this week, or I need to cover all my bills. And instead of actually building the relationship and serving the person, we're kind of rushing the entire process and losing them straight away. So you want to make a great impression and build a genuine connection so that you can actually attract these clients into the business, but then also retain them. So first off, who are you as a brand? What makes you unique? So I want you to think of this as how you present yourself on a date. Are you showing your true, authentic self, or are you just trying to blend in with everyone else? Clients, like potential dates, want to know who you are and what makes you special. Your brand is your personality. What sets you apart from others in the beauty industry? So what are you doing? Are you offering a personalized, luxurious experience? Are you fun and approachable? Are you funky? Do you break the rules? Are you a bit of a rebel? Show them what makes you unique. So the next thing we look at is your ideal client. So who are they? What do they value? Just like in dating, you need to know who you're trying to attract. You wouldn't want to go on a date with someone who has completely different values or interests. Similarly, in business, you need to define your ideal client. What do they care about? What are their values? What are they really looking for when they book in at a hairdressing or beauty salon? Is it self-care for them? Is it convenience? Is it a luxury? When you know what they value, you can tailor your approach to meet their needs. So next, we want to look at their problems. What are they struggling with? What can you promise to solve? So imagine your day is talking about a challenge they're facing, like finding time for self-care or dealing with sensitive skin issues. You wouldn't ignore it or talk over them, right? You'd listen and offer a thoughtful response. Your clients have their own struggles too, and your role is to show them how your services can solve those problems. Whether it's helping them feel more confident or addressing a specific concern, you're offering a solution. Now, with that in mind, there's plenty of options out there on the market. What we specifically want to convey is what your point of difference is. So how do you stand out from those competitors? So on a date, if you're just like everyone else, there's no reason for your date to be interested in seeing you again. In business, it's the same. What makes you different from every other beauty salon? Maybe it's your unique treatments, the personalized experience, or maybe you have eco-friendly products or something along the lines of that. Whatever it is, this is your opportunity to shine and stand out from the competition. Next, we really want to understand what are the common objections of people who would be booking in for our services. What would prevent them? So do they have doubts, or why wouldn't they book in with you? So just like on a date, your potential client might have reservations. Maybe they've had a bad experience in the past, or they're unsure if you're the right fit for them. It's your job to address those doubts with confidence and empathy. Are they worried about the price? Reassure them with the value you provide. Are they concerned about the results? Share testimonials or before and after photos to build trust. And lastly, the key to building long-term relationships and really cultivating a loyal clientele is your ability to build rapport. So how can you create a connection and serve their needs better than anyone else? So lastly, think about how you build a connection on a date. You listen, you engage, and you make them feel understood. In your business, building rapport with clients is key. Show them that you truly understand their needs and desires and that you're there to serve them better than anyone else. Whether through personalized follow-ups, thoughtful recommendations, or just being attentive to their preferences or what's going on in their life, creating that bond is what turns a first-time client into a loyal one. So just like in dating, getting clients is about more than just showing up. It's about being clear on who you are, who you want to attract, understanding their needs, and building a connection that lasts. All right, so now for the part that you've been waiting for. Here are my top 7 strategies to get new clients in your beauty business. So number 1 is user-generated content. UGC is incredibly powerful. Real clients or creators sharing their authentic experiences with your business feels more genuine and trustworthy than influencers. This type of content is raw, real, and resonates with potential clients. So some tips with your UGC content is to really look for creators that are going to essentially be your ideal client. So if you've got a bunch of, I'm just going to give some examples here, but 20 to 25-year-old females who are promoting a service, but the ideal client for that service is really someone who's 30 to 40. So what it's actually doing is essentially creating this results in advance marketing for potential clients that may want to book in with your services. So obviously with the online space, so many different options out there, all of those things, skepticism is at an all-time high. And if we can actually showcase someone else's experience from their point of view, it's going to really attract people who are also looking for that experience. So, to put it into perspective, how many of you have ever gone on Instagram or TikTok and you've seen a video of someone going to an incredible restaurant that they're raving about, and they're pulling out all the different dishes, they're taking videos, they're rating it out of 10, and they're creating this like, wow, if you're someone, like, you should totally come here, you'd enjoy it. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm there, I'm done. So instead of going onto the restaurant's Instagram, let's say, and looking at images of their dishes, if you were to see that one video and essentially have that experience without having to actually be there, you're already sold. So if you haven't considered getting some form of user-generated content in your business, I would highly recommend looking into it. UGC can come from anyone. It could be your current clients. It could be someone who is trying one of your services for the first time. It could be an influencer if you want. I just find that in today's world, there has been a lack of trust towards influencers. And we've also had the Gen Z movement of rise of the de-influencer. So not to say that influencers are ineffective, but I think that everyone's kind of caught on that influencer marketing isn't as powerful as it used to be. And to see everyday people that your clientele can really connect and resonate with because they see themselves in that person, it's going to have a lot more impact on your audience. So the second strategy I have is video testimonials. This is something that I am super passionate about getting my clients to do. So if you have clients that love your service, that come to you over and over again, and they absolutely rave about you, getting them to do a video testimonial can be an absolute game changer for your business. The reason being is because they build instant trust. So if I read a review on Google or I see a text message, even though I know that's legit, part of my mind could be going, oh, was that written? Is that fake? Is that actually real? But a video testimonial will trump all of that. If you can see someone talking about their experience, how they found it, giving it a review, you can hear the tone of their voice, you can see their body language, and you can hear in their exact words how they found it. And so it's a lot more convincing than a written testimonial on a graphic. So you could request people to do this at home and then send you a video. You could get them to do it in salon. You could do it like an interview style. There are so many different ways you can do video testimonials, and you can also leverage them for different products you have, services, different team members. Like, there is so much that you can do video testimonials on, and I think nowhere near enough people in beauty are leveraging these in their client attraction strategy. The third strategy is selling on your stories. So oftentimes I'll see a lot of people posting their availability, and that isn't selling on your stories. When I mention the idea of selling on your stories, it's really using copywriting frameworks to get people putting their hand up and saying they're interested in what it is you have to offer. So this could be talking to an ideal client about a problem they're experiencing, getting them to think about what it could look like if that problem was resolved for them, presenting them with a solution, telling them about how your product or service provides that solution for them, and then what their next steps are from there. It could be you asking some questions, doing some polls or quizzes and getting people engaging, and then pitching them to book in for a consultation if they want more information. Like, there's so many different ways you can sell on your stories. You could share testimonials, but it's just getting people to start reading through what it is you do, what it is you offer, how it's different, like talking about those types of topics on your stories, and then either using a poll or a clear call to action to get them in your DMs and have a conversation which will then convert them to a booking. The fourth strategy is messaging new followers. So I'm not a fan of cold DMing. I do not like receiving it. I do not encourage any of my clients to do it. But one thing I find that works really well is if you have a new follower, just introducing yourself, sending that message and thanking them for their support. Everyone does it differently. You could just introduce yourself. You could also offer a small discount or maybe a value add and make them feel special, encouraging them to book. You could put a time frame on it. You could have it for the end of time, like whatever it may be. There's different approaches and strategies, and I think it's just coming back to what's really in alignment with your values, your brand, and how you want to come across. The amount of times that people overlook just making that initial contact with their followers, sometimes it could be that person has been looking around for ages and they've actually got all these questions, but they've just followed you because they were like, oh, I don't mind her work. But then when you reach out to them, all of a sudden that's opened up that conversation for them to be able to ask those questions. And so when you're messaging the new followers, don't have the idea in mind that like they need to book in now. It's just more introducing yourself, asking a question like, how did you come across me? What are your current goals? It's just opening up that conversation so that you can build that rapport, you can establish that relationship. And then over time, or maybe within that one conversation, they will be booked into your business. The fifth strategy I want to share with you is Facebook groups. So majority of my students, once they learn the strategies I teach in Fully Booked Formula with the lead generation scripts, they dominate in Facebook groups. So my belief is that while there may be a lot of people out there offering similar services to you, there aren't many people out there doing it well with marketing. So if you have a strategy, a script, or a framework that you know can really hit all the pain points of like who your ideal client is, what they're currently experiencing, how you're going to help them, how you're different from everyone else, you're just naturally going to dominate in the Facebook groups. So learning lead generation is the key. Being able to pitch an offer without it being salesy is the key to be able to attract these new people who may have never heard of you or seen you before, but when they read your post, they're like, wow, she's in my head. She literally knows exactly what I'm going through and how I'm feeling right now, and she has the answer for me. So it's a great way for you to establish yourself as an authority in your niche and also be able to build up some street cred and recognition in your local communities. The sixth strategy I'm going to share with you is B2B referrals. So what I mean by this, business to business. So partner with some local businesses to cross-promote services. And keep in mind that the businesses you partner with, you want them to share a similar ideal client or target market as to who you're trying to attract into your business. So it really wouldn't make sense for me if I was in beauty to go do a B2B referral with an electrician. Unless the electrician specifically helped women who were aged 25 to 40, then I probably wouldn't be partnering with them. But for example, if I'm a beauty salon, I'm a hairdressing salon, I might partner with a Pilates studio. When I was running my beauty salon, I would partner with photographers, makeup artists, and hairstylists. And so anytime that someone was going to do a photo shoot, we kind of had this dream team package. So you would come to me to get your lashes done. I would then refer someone to get their hair done. Sometimes I'd do makeup. Sometimes there'd be another makeup artist. But the photographer would consistently bring us in new clients because every time someone wanted to do a photo shoot, they were like, oh, where can I go get my hair or makeup done for the shoot? So when you start stepping out of your comfort zone, you start thinking outside the box, you start networking, that's where the real opportunities come. So B2B referrals can really increase that trust. You'll access new client bases and you'll be able to provide joint promotions that benefit both parties. The seventh strategy I'm sharing with you today is networking and community engagement, which kind of ties in with what I did just say, but get out into your community, attend events, and build relationships with other local professionals. So networking can enhance your credibility and open doors to new client opportunities. Right now, there's so much, distractions online. We've got social media, you're, contesting with the different businesses you follow, different creators, your friends, your family. Then you've got different platforms, notifications. Like, it's a lot. And sometimes just going out in the community and actually meeting people in person, it's a lot less noisy. It's a lot more direct. And you can also build a rapport and trust a lot faster. So I used to go to a run club. I'd meet people there. Sometimes I go take photos for them. There's other times where I have gone to watch networking events and then I've met all these people, gotten their contact details, and then they've all messaged me and I've gone and done watches for them. So it's really just putting yourself out there in the right environments where your target market or ideal client would be hanging out, and then being able to build that relationship. Take the first step, because you never know where it could lead you. So I think that in a digital and online technological world, actually bringing it back to that in-person human connection is still super valuable. And I'm actually going to share a bonus strategy with you, which is paid advertising. So I want to preface that paid advertising does work when you have a strategy behind it. So if you're just getting a post that has no real hook, doesn't have great copywriting on it, and you're just hoping for the best, yeah, it can be a waste of money. But if you are split testing different demographics, different types of copy, different types of graphics, what you're going to start to realize is you can take that valuable data and start utilizing it to create higher performing content in your ads, in your business, and start attracting more people. And so if you've got something working really well, then you can amplify it with paid advertising. But if you've got something that's not already working and it's kind of doing bad, then if you pour money into it with paid advertising, it's just only going to amplify what's currently is or isn't working. So I wouldn't recommend jumping into paid advertising until you first understand some of the key principles of marketing. So what we spoke about earlier, understanding who you are as a brand, who your ideal client is, what their problems are, your point of difference, common objections they may have, and how you're going to build that rapport with them. So if you don't already have that key information, I would advise against doing paid advertising, because that is crucial to the success of you being able to develop campaigns and content that's going to convert. And there you have it, my top 7 strategies for attracting more clients in your beauty business. But I know that learning about strategies is just the beginning. Implementation is where the magic happens, and I want to make sure that you have everything you need to succeed. So that's why I'm inviting you to join the Beauty Industry Leaders School community, a place where you can access detailed modules, actionable resources, and ongoing support designed to help you grow and scale your beauty business, no matter where you are in your journey. And because I genuinely want to help as many of you as possible, I'm offering my listeners an exclusive opportunity to get access for as little as $97 a month. I've been receiving countless messages from beauty business owners who are eager for support but feel held back by financial constraints. I hear you, and that's why I'm putting my best foot forward. I've built this community and platform specifically for those who need it most, so you can access the tools, resources, and support to grow your beauty business now, even if you've never invested in getting support before, or you're currently facing some different challenges and you're not really sure, like, where can I go for help? Is this going to cost too much? Like $97 a month, you are going to be getting access to some of my best resources and trainings. And this is way more than just a program. It's a chance to be a part of a supportive community where we work together to overcome obstacles and achieve success. I believe in you, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So check out the link in bio to join today. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I really hope that you found some value in it. If you have some incredible results or you have any questions, send me a DM over at Sammy Kennedy Coach on Instagram, and I'll be happy to support you there. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Audience exclusive.